Well, hello everyone. We are so excited to be here with Joellyn Martin, who is one of the writers of the new collaborative book, Ageless Voices, which is, I can't wait to read. It is coming out in early December, and it is about embracing the ageless mindset. I am thrilled today to introduce my co-host, Debbie Prediger, who is also a collaborative writer in the book. So Debbie, I'm going to hand it over to you, and then we will start with Joellyn.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mary. So yeah, the book is actually launching on December 4th, which is not far from here. What are we? It's like crazy. I can't believe it's coming so quickly, and yet it's been in the works for quite some time. And I know that you, Mary, have also been in many collaborative books, and there is a process to it. And, we also share and you coach and support others through that process. So I want to say thank you for joining us in this interview series, and also for us to be able to meet Joellyn, who has been just such a giver of knowledge and wisdom in this book as part of her chapters, but also helping with the launch team and everything else that she does. So I just want to say that I acknowledge you, Joellyn, for all that you do. But let's get into your real story of who is Joellyn and why did you want to be part of this collaborative book? So go ahead and introduce yourself.
Well, my name is actually Joellyn Catherine Ronelfi Wazlowski Martin. So I shortened it for you. Yeah.
Thank
So,
you.
I'm going to be 70 in February. And last year, a friend of mine told me about this project because she was interviewed by Lucy on another topic. And she told me about it. I go, I think I want to be a part of it. I think I want to know more about it because I always wanted to write a book. And I always wanted to be a part of something that was bigger than me. And as things were coming together through my life, as the universe opened up things that we don't know when they're coming or why they're coming, all the dots were connecting. All the sequence was in place. And I was just so excited that I was one of the last ones to actually to get into the book. So the time
Oh, I
frame,
did not know that.
yes.
That is really interesting. Well, you said it all lined up for you and for all of us. So I'm extremely grateful for all of that work that's being done behind the scenes of the universe and source really helping out,
Absolutely.
having the right
Yes.
people in the room at the right time. Joellyn, thank you for not having us have to introduce you with the like 12 names because it was like, oh my.
Yeah.
And yet, there is so much depth in you. It's like right away, as soon as you meet, when I met you, it's like, I need to know more about her. And every time that I have a chance to get to know you, there's another level of getting to know you. So I think that that's really, really cool. How many chapters do you have in this book?
I have one. I was going to have two, and it turned out to be way too personal. And I wasn't ready to share that story because it really wasn't just my story. It involved my husband and his family. So being a part of the Ageless Voices and always wanting to write a book, I thought, you know what, this is the catapult for me to write my own book, and that story will be in there.
Oh, I love, 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 love. I love that mindset. And I love hearing a little bit about the process and the thinking of why you wrote it this way versus this way. So let me peek in a little bit, and then Mary, I'll let you take it away. But let us peek in a little bit on some of the struggles or the mindset shifts that had to happen and align for you to fully show up in this project.
I have been journaling on and off for years. And by doing this story, it put together more of a timeline for that period in my life that did involve a divorce after being married for 34 years. and I was 54 years old and I was starting over. So this was the perfect time for me to be ready to tell that story and how it came about and why I decided to write it, because I don't want to hurt anyone. That's not what it was about, but it was what happened. It was the sequence of events. And I have 3 older sons. And even though you go through a divorce when your children are older, it's still difficult. It's not easy. Even though it was amicable, it still is not easy. And so to keep all of that in some kind of perspective where I could tell the story in a way that was factual without putting too much emotion into it. So there were a lot of things I did not put in that story for that reason.
Wow, Joellyn, I can hear you because I write as a writer myself. You go through and you kind of sift through and you decide, am I ready to divulge this yet, or am I not?
Mhm.
So obviously you did have that aha moment during the writing process. And you've put that in, but yet you still understand that there is more, and there is a story to tell, which I love, because I already know that what is going to be disclosed in this book is just like scratching the surface for future things to come. So how do you feel that the wisdom that you have gained in this writing process is going to help others, but also shape you as you move forward with your writing?
I
There's 2 questions there.
yeah, I think that's a lot. Thanks. But I think I can put them together into one thought. And to me, it's about being brave. I had a very difficult childhood. My dad was a very mean alcoholic. I got married way too young. I was 19. I had my first child when I was 21. And I was a grandmother at 45. So I loved being a mom. I love being a grandma. They are just the light of my life, and they range in age from 8 to 24. And I had to be brave to I always say, you have to get through the fire to get to the other side. And to be brave doesn't mean that you don't have fear. You have fear, but you're going to do it anyway, because your choice is you stay where you are, or you're going to change it. You have to do something different to change what it is that you're going through that you don't like. And so I think that's the most important thing for me, is that women can be brave. Now, do you have to do it alone? No, you can have friends that help you. You can have other people in your family. I love our messenger tribe, because we are a tribe. And you need other people to help you sometimes to think clearly, or go through some options, or come up with a plan B, C, Z, whatever it is, whatever it takes to figure it out. And for me, I had to be brave.
Oh, so beautiful. And when you say the word brave, what came to me is you are bold.
Mm,
You are bold, and you are powerful, and you have deep wisdom. So I just feel that in you. Um, I want to know, when you were writing, what came through and surprised you most about yourself?
hmm. I think that when I was going through the different stages of my life, again, it's brave. I didn't see myself as being brave. It was something that I had to do. And when I look back, I go, you know what, girl? You did it. You figured it out. Was it easy? No. No, it's still not easy. I've been married now it's going to be 13 years on New Year's Eve. And we're actually going to go to Nashville. And we're going to, celebrate. And we always say, like, every New Year's Eve We celebrate our anniversary with people we don't know. It's just fun. But as my last sentence in my story is, which you've said how, I do have more to tell, is that something had happened 3 months after our marriage that changed everything. And it was a decade to try to get back on track to have the life that I thought that I was going to have. I thought I was starting over and everything was going to be, wonderful. And it wasn't. It was totally the opposite of that. And so for me, it's like, yes, I've gone through a lot, but there's still more that I have to figure out and more that I have to do. And because I've done the things in the past, it's prepared me to deal with some other things.
Wowzers. There is just mic drop after mic drop happening in this interview. So I have one last question, and you may have already spoken it, but let's circle back and really intentionally tell it. What do you want the readers to get from this book? Your story in specific, but also because you also know the heart and the wisdom of the other co-authors. What do you want them to walk away with?
I want the readers to not only be reading our stories, but to think about their own life and what they've done. They've done a lot. They have been brave. They have had fun. They are fabulous. And that, to me, this is the best time of my life. The title of my story is living my 20s and my 50s. Because my 20s, I was a young mom. I loved being a young mom, but I didn't do the things that my friends were doing. So after my divorce, in a strange way, I was dating. I was going out dancing. It was fun. And so I just want people to know that no matter what age you are, there are things to look forward to. I talk about this a lot, that to be happy, you have to have something or someone to love. You have to have something to look forward to. And that it all comes together in a way that may not make sense at the time, but if you keep going in the direction that you feel you're meant to go, you're going to get there. Just keep moving, and you'll get there.
Wow. Such words as wisdom, as Mary has said earlier. And I really love that you're not only sharing your story, but as I said at the beginning, is you're helping launch this book out into the world. So there is a lot of people, both in this book and in the Messenger tribe, that may or may not understand how much power they have in their story, in their light, in their message. What's that little tidbit of support that you can give them?
I think that you mean as far as getting the word out about the book?
Yes. And in order to help send the word of the book, feels more transactional rather than actually stepping into the light themselves so that they can share from that authentic place. Because you do that very, very well. Yes, it's a book. Yes, I want you to buy the book. Yes, I want you to follow the tribe. But why do I want that? And I think that that's about stepping into your own light. Without putting words into your mouth, is that the way you think as well?
Well, I would use the word to feel it. You have to feel it. And through our experiences, we have more understanding, more empathy. You use the word wisdom a lot. Without going through life's challenges, how can we help somebody else? Because it's not an opinion. We lived it. We experienced it. We either succeeded or we didn't. And then we got up and we tried again. So to me is to feel the stories, feel the women that are telling the stories. And at the same time, the reader hopefully will experience something that is relevant to them, that gets them thinking about more about what they can do, what they can change, who they can help, who they can inspire, who they can motivate. I mean, it's endless, just endless to the impact that the book is going to have on so many women. We have no idea at this point what the impact is going to be, and that's exciting.
It certainly is. Thank you so much, Joellyn, for coming and talking to us today.
Thank you.